Crown Council members. I'm Chris, a practice advisor with TOPS, and I'm here with one of my favorite doctors, Steve Gustafson, out in Royal Oak, Michigan. And I really wanted to share with you all the wonderful things that are happening here in his practice. When I initially met Steve, he was well known through the town because his face and body were plastered on a billboard around town as the representative of how well you can do when you commit to making a better life in fitness with the local health club. So he became known as the dentist around town, Dr. Steve, so to speak, and that's how we initially met. But I wanted to ask you, Steve,
yes,
can you share with the Crown Council members a little bit more about what you and your team actively did to ignore the surrounding stigma attached to the economy and the car companies in your area?
okay. There was a lot over the past several years. There's been a lot of downward in the car industry. So what we did is we actively marketed our way from the car industry with our patients.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that we did is that I contacted Steve Anderson and signed up for the TOPS immersion program, and I brought my staff to that in Chicago. And by attending that seminar and then signing up for the TOPS program, our staff has learned the techniques to really provide total patient care from the time the patient comes in the door, comes through all your different systems, and then leaves the door again. And it's really shown great growth in our practice.
Oh, that's awesome. And I know what I loved about you is when you really embraced your team at the beginning and you all made a commitment to stop succumbing to all the bad conversation going on
Yes.
outside your practice.
Yes.
Is that right?
And one thing is that we never discuss the economy in the
Okay.
practice. When people bring up how bad things are, we change the subject.
Which is hard to do
It
here,
is.
isn't it?
It is. It's hard
Yeah,
to do because
it is.
that's all everyone talks about.
And I hear it with your patients coming through the door.
Right.
You guys are really great at just batting off that information.
Right. And moving
Yeah.
on to another topic, talking about we've been having like this year, we've been having a great weather this fall. So we it's the old cliche, we stress the weather, how great the fall's been. So we really talk about positive things that are out there.
That's great.
And that makes the patient feel more safer, or more in a place where they can feel more welcome, and
Okay.
a place where they're feeling better about themselves.
Okay. And I love that about you guys. It's almost become what you've been known for, because I hear patients commenting as they walk out after seeing you how positive and upbeat it is here in the practice.
Yes.
And they tend to share with the doctor and the team how good it makes them feel, especially because of what's going on here in Michigan.
Yes.
So oftentimes, Steve, we get comments from other doctors around the country that say, we can't do well right now. We're having a real speed bump, if you
Right,
will, in our
right,
production
right.
Because of what's going on. And I think you're a great example to those doctors across the country, like I said, because of where you are.
Yes.
Can you also share with the other Crown Council members what you did to get active in your community to balance that out as well?
Well, we've got the team and myself really involved in the local chamber. We got involved in that. We attend all the chamber events. We invite chamber people into our office.
Mm-hmm.
We made a concentrated effort to get the people in prominent positions into our practice.
Decision makers.
Decision makers are into our practice. We have the superintendent of schools. We have the director of the YMCA. We have the director of the Boys and Girls Club. We have the director of the chamber. City council people. All those people have been invited to join our practice, and we pretty much have become the dental practice of the chamber.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So the chamber recommends a lot of people to us. And on the charity side, I sit on the board of the Boys and Girls Club.
That's right.
Our local
That's right.
Boys and Girls Club. And just my exposure through that and getting my face out there in the community, that also brings in a lot of patients. And
Wow.
you're marketing yourself, but you're also doing good for the community.
That's right.
And so if you're giving back to the community, you're getting that back to yourself.
That's it's really neat to see that you're so active. And some of you don't know this, but it is a husband-wife team. And Dr. Morningstar's not here, but I know that she would say that together they've really decided to make that their focus in the last year. And I know that you guys have had your team rally around you, embrace a lot of the top systems too.
Yes.
And I'm proud of you in that respect, because you've got a marriage with your wife here and in the dental field, but you've also had a marriage of Crown Council and
Right.
TOPS and everything
Right.
else to make it happen.
And it's all worked together, and like as they say in TOPS, the chain link fence. It all works together, and every different aspect of our life works together in the practice.
That's
and
awesome.
brings it all together.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So what kind of results did you start noticing just from changing the shift of the whole team changing their attitude and deciding to not be turkeys?
We saw a big increase in both our production and our collection.
Okay, how much?
20 to 30%.
Wow.
From and one month was even 50% from the month before,
Wow.
or from the year before. So we really have seen an increase, and we were just looking at the numbers from. We were discussing last night at dinner that our numbers from January to October, this year to last year, we're seeing a big increase in our collection too. Just
Really?
in an economy where most people are down, we're showing a huge increase
That's
in
fabulous.
our production and our collection.
That's great.
Yes.
That gets me happy.
Yes.
That gets me happy for
Yes.
you guys. Well, that's awesome, and I hope that I actually encourage Crown Council members, if you haven't had a chance to talk to Steve, you should, because he's a great example of having a positive attitude. And I'm going to add to that, because a couple weeks ago, Steve injured his foot very seriously, and instead of succumbing to a weakness, he decided to make the best of it, and you just got a shot of what I call his Lego foot.
Right. Right.
And he hasn't let that stop him. So I'm going to take you around the corner in a second and show you how Steve has managed to get around the practice effectively and still see his patients and make everything run smoothly.
Okay. Thank
Shall
you.
we show him?
Yes.
Okay.
You can do that.
Awesome.
All right.
This is Dr. Gustafson getting around the practice on his scooter with his leg injured. There he goes. Helps him get around.